Hello, boys and girls. Mrs. Cook here. I hope you're having a great start to your Friday. Today, we are getting ready for a very special day on Sunday. I'm going to give you a clue. Do you think you know what it is yet? Mother's Day. That's the day. It's going to be on Sunday. And I want you to work with me to make a special project, a special art project that your mom is going to love. So let's start with a spiral. We're going to draw some roses. If you want to do this on red paper, you can get one sheet of red, one green, and one of any color that you want if you have some colored construction paper at home. If not, you can just do it on white paper like me, and we're going to color it in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a flattened out spiral. It's all squished down, just like that. And I'm going to draw another one. I start in the middle. And it goes around and around. And they do not have to be the same. They can be different. And it doesn't matter where you put them because we're going to cut them out. So it won't matter where you put them. Okay, the next part that we're going to do is we're going to make a big U shape underneath our flower. That's the main part of the flower. It's kind of like a U shape. Then I'm going to draw a line across, and that becomes the petal. I'm going to do the same thing on this one, U shape. And I'm going to make this petal go that way. And for the third one, I can make it go either way. I'm going to go that way. Awesome. That's the first thing we're going to do. The next thing is I'm going to draw a straight line across and 1, 2, 3 little spikes. These are going to be the leaves that are going to come down off your roses. And these we're going to color in green. Okay, that's page 1. You're going to need another piece of paper. Now, if you're using a Sharpie marker like I am, you always need to have scrap paper behind you. We always use that in art class. We definitely have to do it at home too because you don't want to get marker all over mom's table while you're making mom's Mother's Day present. That would not be so good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our paper up and down, and we're going to draw 3 stems. We're going to draw one long line all the way down the paper, a second long line all the way down the paper. That's going to be your first stem, and you're going to connect them at the top and connect them at the bottom. This is a little tricky, but just do your best. One long line down and another long line down. Now you try to do it. Connect the top, connect the bottom. You can always pause the recording and watch it again if you have to till we can get it together. So I have 1, 2, 3 stems. Now I'm going to make some leaves, and I can turn the paper sideways or leave it up and down. And I'm going to make a curved line. And then from this point to this point, I'm going to connect another curved line, and I'm going to connect them together. Cool. Then I'm going to draw a line right down the center, just like that. And I'm going to draw some jaggedy lines because rose leaves, if you ever get the chance to look at a real rose's leaf, kind of has jaggedy lines. Then I'm going to do another one, curved line, another curved line, and it's okay that they're not the same because every rose is different. Jaggedy line, and I like the way that looks. Great. I'm just going to do 2 of the leaves. They're called leaves. Yes, I knew that. All right, next we're going to need some crayons. We are going to need some pinkish red crayons, whatever color you want to make your rose. I've seen roses that are orange and yellow. I've seen yellow roses. I've seen pink roses. I've seen, of course, the classic red rose. Okay, I've also seen purple roses. So if you know your mom has a favorite color, maybe you want to choose that for your rose. So we're going to start to color in our rose. Just making it as beautiful and neat as I can. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't forget, your mom loves it just because you did it. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. I know that she is going to love this card. It's going to be so beautiful. And it's going to be made special just by you. This is going to be such a wonderful gift for her. Now, if you happen to have a darker color, you can do some shading. Shading is just putting a little bit of a darker color right along the edge so you can see it, and it makes it really pop, makes this part right here really pop out. So if you have a light pink crayon, you could shade with a dark pink crayon. I had dark red, dark pink, kind of like a magenta color. And then I had a really dark maroon to do my shading. Okay. Color in the second flower.
And so here I fast forwarded through myself coloring my flowers. You can pause the video if you want to slow down and take your time and color in your flowers nice and neat.
Now we're going to move on to our green leaves. These leaves are at the top of the stem and they come right underneath the rose. This one looks a little big. I want it to fit underneath the rose, so I don't want it to stick out. Coloring it in. Looks so nice. All right, now I'm ready for my second page. I'm going to color my leaves and I'm going to color my stems. Now,
I'm going to get some green, light green, and dark green, and I'm going to color every other space. I think that's going to be a nice pattern and make my leaves very interesting. You can make your leaves however you want. Now I'm going to color the stems in a back and forth pattern. I don't go up and down because that makes it too hard to fill in the white spaces. I'm going to color nice and neat.
you know, I'm just so glad that Mother's Day is coming. It's such a great chance to be able to show our moms that we appreciate them, that we love them, and to thank them for all the things that they do for us. All right, the next thing you're going to need is a pair of scissors. When we cut these out, we are going to do what is called a bubble cut. A bubble cut, you may ask, is something that we cut around the black line, not right on it. Okay, I want you to be really careful when you're cutting. Watch your fingers and cut carefully. Take your time and really make your line nice and smooth. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to cut it out first, like kind of large like that, and then I can cut around the edges much more easily. When I cut, I'm not moving my scissors around. I'm moving the piece of paper. So I hold it carefully, and as I cut, I just turn the paper like that to get that smooth line. It's okay if you don't get it perfect. Mom is gonna love this. All right, it's the same thing with these straight lines. Take your time and cut them out. We're leaving a little white space all the way around. Little bit of white space. Remember what I called it? A bubble cut. Like a little white bubble all the way around. Make sure you throw the scraps in the garbage, because it would be a shame for Mom to have to clean up after you made her a secret project, right? So let's make sure we do the cleaning up for her so she doesn't have to clean up after her own present. And I know this is tricky, but take your time and be patient as you're cutting out these lines. Did I say watch your fingers? Did I say be careful? I hope I said that because I really mean it. I think I did. All right, once I get these cut out, I'm going to put them to the side, and I'm going to go back to my roses. Now, when I did this little test here, it doesn't matter because we're going to cut that off. We're going to cut out each one of the roses and each one of the green leaves. And don't forget what it's called, the bubble cut. So I'm not cutting right on the black line. I'm leaving some space around it. It just gives it a little style. Can you cut it out the other way? Of course. This is your art. Art is always meant to be explored. And if you come up with an idea, you should try it. I can give you many tips and tricks. I can show you what I would do. But sometimes you're going to have a really good idea. Something I never even would have thought of. Isn't that cool? That's how art works. We're always thinking of new ideas. Do you know what that word is called? It's called creativity. I'm sure you heard that word before. Being creative is so much fun. And being creative is just, it's who we're made to be. I have 3 leaves. And now I'm going to cut out my roses. I turn my paper. If I just want to cut this out separate, boom, I get rid of the excess and I can just trim it nice and easy. Here's the next one. I might cut that out. And then I can trim it. Remember, I turn the paper, but I keep the scissors still. That's a good way, a good technique to cutting. And there we go. I have 3 roses, 3 stems, 3 little leaves, and I cut out 2 big leaves. Awesome. I'm going to get rid of my scrap paper that has my marker lines. I'm going to get ready to glue down. Now, your 2 kinds of glue you can use. I'm going to use a glue stick. If you're using white glue, You don't want to get too much on your paper. A little drop, and that will be enough, okay? All right, so here we go. We're gonna glue our 3 stems. One, put it more straight, a little more straight. 2, and 3. We're just rubbing the glue on. You guys know how to use your glue sticks really well. I'm sure you'll do fine. If you only have tape, you can also tape this project together, right? You don't have to, so many ways to create art. Okay, now I'm just going to test it out. I'm going to put my 3 roses on the painting, the picture, and I'm going to get my 3 small, oh, that came out great. That's really working out. I like that. I think this is going to go for the skinny one. And this one's the middle-sized one. Ah, that looks really nice. I think a little higher up for that one, a little lower down for that one. See, I'm covering up a little bit of my stem, but that's okay, right? Because it's my art and I can do it any way that looks best to me. And I'm going to put a leaf there and a leaf there. I think we're ready to glue. All right, because I'm layering, I'm going to glue down the leaves first and then the flowers on top of them. I can use my scrap paper. I don't like to waste paper, so I'm going to use my scrap paper with my marker dots on it as scrap paper for my glue. I don't want to get a ton of glue on my finished project. And when you run out of glue, you simply twist and get a little bit more. Now mine is going a little bit off the page, but I think that looks really cool, and I don't mind that it goes off the page. I think that's a cool style. Maybe you have a little bit bigger piece of paper. That's fine if you have that. That would be great. In fact, that's definitely going to go off the page, but I'm okay with that. And then, so if I know it's going to go off the page, I'm not going to put glue on the very tippity top of the rose because I don't want to get glue on the table. And press it down. Glue. Remember, this is a tall one, so I'm going to keep it a little bit lower. That's why I glued it here and not here, because I wanted it to be lower. That looks good. And the final leaf right there. Wow, I think Mom is going to love this. And I'm going to sign my name at the bottom. I'm going to write Happy Mother's Day. And then you can sign it. Love. And put a little comma there, and you can write your name. And I think that that is a super, super fun project. And I know that your mom is going to love it. All right. Have a great day, everyone. God bless you. Lord, I just ask you right now to bless and keep each student in my class. Lord, help them through every single day and everything that they need to do, even the difficult things. Help their families to stay strong, to grow closer to one another and closer to you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.